Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Really quick before we get started, if you are new here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment down below. Alright, so let's get into it. In today's video, we are going over my S-tier exercises for every muscle group. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great exercises. There's actually countless great exercises for every muscle group. Too many to name, but when I say S-tier, what I mean by S-tier, it means that no matter what routine you are doing for that said muscle group, because you're supposed to change up your routines every workout. I've gone over this in other videos. You never want to do the same workout twice. Your body adapts to things very quickly, and if you're constantly doing the same workout, you're not going to get results anymore. You want to always keep the body guessing. Now, that being said, there are certain S-tier exercises that you want to do in every one of your workouts. So, I'm going to go over every muscle group. So let's get started. Let's start with everybody's favorite, chest. Now, I'm going to go over 2 S-tier exercises that no matter what chest routine you are doing, you always want these exercises to be in that routine. Number 1, the holy grail of chest exercises, the incline bench press. Now, I've gone over it countless times in many different videos. You want 70 to 80% of your chest workout to be incline. Never waste your time with decline because it's exactly that, a complete waste of time. A little flat, but you want the majority to be incline. And the best incline exercise you could do is the bench press. Now, if you have shoulder problems or some other kind of pre-existing injury, I myself have shoulder problems from back in the day, you can substitute the incline bench press with the incline Smith machine bench press. That way you don't have to really necessarily worry about balancing the weight, you could just worry about the actual movement. But incline bench press, S-tier, 100% for chest, do it in every workout. Now, the second exercise, every chest workout, flies. Now, free weight is always the way to go. Now, there's a million different fly movements. There's dumbbell flies, there's pec deck flies, there's cable flies, there's cable crossovers, but you want to include some kind of fly in every chest workout, and the reason for that is that the fly, if you put your hand on your chest and you do a press movement and then you do a fly movement, the fly works your chest just in a completely different way than the press does. So, top 2 choices. 1, free weight dumbbell flies. I don't see them that much anymore. 2, I'd say probably cable flies. You want to drag a bench over to a cable station because it mimics free weights very well. You're not locked into a range of movement like you are kind of like on pec deck. So those are the 2 absolute S-tier exercises for chest. Incline bench press and flies. Let's move on. Back. There's a million different exercises for back, and I could put a lot of them in the S-tier, but in the interest of saving time in the video, I'm only going to go with 2. Number 1. Wide grip pull-ups. Now, I know a lot of people can't do pull-ups. I myself, again, because of my shoulders, I have a problem with pull-ups. So, if you cannot do pull-ups, substitute it with wide grip lat pull-downs. It's very similar movement, almost identical actually. But wide, remember, the wider the grip, the wider your lats. So, wide grip pull-ups and or pull-downs, whichever one you want to do. And like I said, there could be a bunch of different exercises in S-tier, but I'm going over the ones that you absolutely need to include. So, wide grip pull-ups or pull-downs, number 1. 2, one-arm dumbbell rows. It doesn't get much more of a basic movement than the good old-fashioned one-arm dumbbell row. And remember, basic movements are what's going to give you the mass. And there's not much more of a basic movement than a dumbbell row. Like, it's mimicked on a lot of machines, but the dumbbell row is really the way to go because you could do it with your knee on the bench. You could lean over and put your hand on something. So there's a lot of ways to do it to get around any injuries you might have. And I really don't know of any injuries that would stop you from doing a dumbbell row. So you always want to include that in your workout. And another reason you want to include it is you could go pretty heavy on dumbbell rows. It's just such a basic, easy movement. So pull-ups or pull-downs and dumbbell rows for back. Moving on to shoulders. Absolute S-tier exercise, my favorite shoulder exercise, and as far as the upper body goes, what I think is the most important exercise, side lateral raises, and absolutely you want to do dumbbell side lateral raises. Remember, The wider your shoulders, the smaller your waist. It gives you the V shape, and that is what we're all after, whether you're into the gym or you're not. Everybody wants the V shape. 100% S tier, dumbbell side lateral raises. Number 2 for shoulders, the good old-fashioned military press. Now, you could do this with a barbell, you could do it with dumbbells, you could do it on a machine, but you absolutely want to be doing some sort of overhead press when you are doing a shoulder workout. So, chest, back, shoulders, done. Moving on, biceps. S tier exercise, 100%. It was Arnold's favorite bicep exercise, and to this day, he has the best biceps. I don't care what anybody says. Incline dumbbell curls. You want to put the incline, let's say this is a straight bench, you want it to be about that far back because you are getting the stretch when you are back like that. And you want to remember, form is key on biceps. If you're swinging, you're not working your biceps. It's the mind-muscle connection. You want to feel the muscle that you are training working. If you are working a muscle and you do not feel that muscle, you are not working it right. So incline dumbbell curls, absolutely number 1, S tier for biceps. Number 2, the good old-fashioned, old reliable standing barbell curls. Now, you could do these with a straight bar, you could do these with an easy bar. You can use a wide grip, you can use a close grip. Whatever you're more comfortable, whatever easier on your wrist, but you have to do some kind of standing barbell curl. So those are the 2 S tier for biceps. Moving on, triceps. Absolute S tier exercise, the close grip bench press. Doesn't get much better than that to put mass onto your triceps. Now, most people make the mistake of putting their hands way too close together. You're just asking for an injury on your wrists. You do not want your hands to be like this. You want them to be just about shoulder width apart. So when you come down, you want them to come right here. Up, that is all triceps. So close grip bench press for triceps. Number 2, you always want to do some kind of exercise in your tricep routine where your elbow is over your head because that works the long head of your tricep and that makes up the bulk of your tricep. So you could do free weights, you could do ropes on a cable, you could bend over and do, there's so many different exercises, but you always want to do at least one, like I said, where your elbows are over your head. That is a complete S tier exercise for triceps. So that takes care of the upper body. Abs, I made countless videos on abs. If I had to give you an S tier exercise for abs, any kind of leg raise, because let's face it, most people have the 2 upper abs. You want to be working the lower abs, so you could do hanging leg raises, you could do lying leg raises. There's a million different machines that mimic leg raises. Any kind of leg raise is S tier for abs, and I've made videos solely on abs, so if you haven't seen them, go back and check them out. I go over everything. So that takes care of the upper body. Now, I've done countless videos on forearms, so that's the reason I didn't give you an S tier exercise for forearms, because there is literally, if you really want to get creative, there is hundreds of exercises for forearms you could do. So go watch my videos on forearms. I'm not going to get into that. So lower body, legs. I think everybody knows the absolute best exercise in the world for legs, the free weight barbell squat. Nothing comes close. Nothing is better. Like I said, if you have injuries, there's ways to work around them. You could go lighter on a Smith machine. If you can't have the barbell on your back, you could do front squats. There's hack squats. There's other variation squat machines. You want to be doing some kind of squat movement because it works your legs in a different way than any leg press does. And the absolute best is the free weight squat. I cannot do free weight squats anymore, like I said, because of my shoulder injuries. Guys, if you can help it, do not get injured, and especially do not injure your shoulders, because it just ruins every exercise. Believe me, I know. So remember, don't ego lift, don't try and go heavy, stretch, do everything you can to avoid injuries. But legs, absolute S tier, squats. Now, hamstrings, absolute S tier exercise, lying leg curls. There's a million different machines at every gym. Basically, you're lying on your stomach, curling your legs up. Everybody knows what a lying leg curl is. That is the best exercise for your hamstrings. It isolates them the most, and it really doesn't get better than that. Some people will tell you stiff-legged deadlifts. No, because there's a lot of back involved in that. Lying leg curls absolutely isolate your hamstrings to the fullest. They are absolute S tier. Now, Calves, there's a million calf exercises. Personally, I'm putting 2 in the S tier. One-legged standing calf raises. Now, everyone's done standing calf raises. I've seen people do them on the Smith machine. I've seen people do them without weights and just rep them out. I've seen people do them on machines. But if you do one leg at a time, it makes it so much harder. Because let's face it, 2-legged standing calf raises, you could go up huge reps. Your calves are very strong. You think about it, you're walking on them every day. That's why I prefer to do 1 leg at a time calf raises. It makes it so much harder. So that is absolutely S tier. And 2, the seated calf raise machine doesn't get better for isolation. Everybody knows the machine. Plate loader in the front, thing over your knees, calf raises. Every single gym has this machine. There's a reason for that. It's because the machine is amazing. Those are the 2 S tiers for calves. So we basically did the whole body. We did calves, upper legs, we did the whole upper body. And as far as forearms go, like I said, I've done videos just on forearms because to me, forearm, it's the most important part of the arm. It's the part that everyone sees the most. And like I said, there are countless exercises. These exercises I'm giving you don't mean like they're the only ones. Like I said, you want to be changing up your workout every time you work out because you do not want your body to get used to what you are doing. But these are S tier exercises that you need to be doing in every one of your workouts. So that's it, guys. Give these a try. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I missed any that absolutely need to be S tier. And I will see you guys on the next video.